Alright, we're back. And oh, come on. Gotta recalibrate because it went into sleep mode. Which surprisingly this game goes into sleep mode fast. That's the best way to test is to okay, I guess that's right. So, just random thoughts running through my mind, like, as I'm doing recording, and I really should save it for like a different video. But when, well, you got the sheet chart, man? Now you can finally navigate properly, sir. Wait, let's go look for my ship. Shall we set sail? That goes a waiver, sir. Wait, what if... Well, just... No. Open up the sea chart you brought with you, sir. And... Ah. The shipyard is in the location I marked for you. Alright. I guess there's gonna be something here. But I will take this back. The shipyard is where we used to build our ships. My ship was built there too, right? If you go to the shipyard, you might be able to find some clues to the location of my ship, sir. Okay, set sail! Like, just one of the thoughts I had. Just not really. Well, really, it was like between watching various people, like just watching various people, and their recording, well, their playthroughs or whatever you want to call them, let's plays, playthroughs, commentary, talk show. Generally, I just I thought about myself and how I end up dealing with depression and other negative stuff. And, oh man, I'm not entirely sure that I deal with it in a healthy fashion. It's just, for me, it's like, this is what works. Like, well, for me, this is what works, because I can't, like, there's no other way for me to deal with it. And I do realize, like, okay, like, certain things I do are just, like, not healthy for, well, myself. Like, because I know I used to go to, I actually used to do, like, therapy or, well, I guess she was a psychiatrist or whatever, just a counselor or something. I don't know what you call them. And I was seeing her and just, well, I was seeing that lady, and she was actually, and no, not like in a dating sense, but it was more like, okay, well, this is I'm just trying to comb through problems. Like, just trying to comb through problems and figure out, like, ways to solve them. Which, for a lot of things, it worked out. Like, it worked out either positively or just not. But in other cases, like, I know there were certain cases where it's just like, okay, like, I can't do this. I'm like, I can't, like, go through with this. Like, it's either, like, out of fear, or it was out of just like, okay, like, my morals say no. Or my morals, or just my cognitive way of thinking denies me from even attempting this. What the heck? So I was just not, So I was honestly just not having it in a lot of cases. But I know in certain aspects it was just like a lot of people told me like, hey, like you need to like take the cruel approach to this. Like you just have to be selfish and heartless. And my Wiimote is doing that thing again. It's like, because I know one thing that they told me that she told me to do, and that was like real, and it was like I was actually in a real more or less crisis situation where I had to take care. Well, me and my family had to take care of my uncle's kids for practically a year, and it was just. Like it was trying because it's a different way of living. We had to adjust to a different way of living. Had to go to the stress of dealing with a lot of people, dealing with child services. It wasn't pretty, and I hated it. And basically what people told me I should just do is, well, what she said I should do, because I was like, well, I'm stuck watching these kids and it's hard for me to like do YouTube, it's hard for me to do anything because they're here, and if I don't take care of them, then who will? I was like, okay, like if I don't take care of these kids, like who will? I mean, we're stuck with them. Like and like I was just talking with people, and people were like, oh, well, you just need to be heartless, like because it started growing to a point where like it was literally just affecting everything that we do. And not just like, oh, well, this is just, like, it's just things that happen. It was more like, it was affecting us mentally, which I didn't know, but after doing research about it, your emotions can easily tie into your physical health. If your emotional state is not in check. So I was like, becoming like slowly just physically ill over the course of time. I'm just like, this isn't working. And I actually had like a couple moments where like I finally had a point where I could just rest, and the minute I had a point where I could rest, it was just okay. Well, like my body just said, just break down crying, like just start crying, and that's literally what I ended up doing, was just crying for no reason. I'm like, I was like, I said to certain friends, like, hey, I can't take this anymore. I'm like, I can't take this anymore. Like, this is getting out of hand, and I don't know what to do. I was like, I don't know what to do. No, I remember this part. This is a fun part. The roller coaster ride. And I was literally just there. I'm like, oh god, like I can't take it. And it's like, just looking back at that and many other moments of my life, I just thinking about like my emotional lows and things I've experienced. There's the island where we used to make our ships. You'll find the shipyard here as well as the town where the workers live. Well, let me speak through this part. Well, the entrance is closed, Vern. Looks like you can't get in. Each location on the island is linked to the others via a minecart track, Vern. You might be able to get to the back of the door construction bay if you can get around to the other side using a minecart. There's a minecart station over there. You should head to the station first. I'll wait here, Fleet. It was just something I picked up, like, cause I don't even know how I survived as long as I have. Like, when various crisis situations just arise, I'm like, oh man, like, how did I get through? Like, I look back and I'm like, how did I get through that? And I know, like certain people will tell me, like, oh, well, you got through it because God helped you through it. And I do believe some of that to be, true. But another thing I believe is that, like, I just had to, like, somehow take action. Like, I just had to somehow take action, and this darn thing is out of sync again. Because of the Wii Motion Plus. It was a very trying time for me. I'm just like, oh man, I can't. And people are like, oh, well, and I honestly believe, like, okay, like, yeah, there's that, but there's also, like, I have to take action in some way, or someone just has to motivate me. The only reason I'm bringing this up is because I looked at my life and I'm like, okay, like, I can't just stay. Oh no, he fell! I wanted to get a tail. Sorry, guy. Well, at least I got one tail. And because I looked at myself at this year and pretty much a lot of last year. I'm like, I have to make some changes in my life. I just have to do something. Because pretty much how I live now, how I've been living up to this point, up to pretty much the beginning of, well, pretty much up till now, I should say. It's just me closing myself behind a wall. Behind walls, and like, I essentially just limited myself as to what I could do, what I can do, what I can't do. Oh hey, the station here was used by folks heading into the old mines. People still ride the mine carts all over the place though. I'm probably supposed to tell you there's some safety information about using the carts posted on that wall over there. Cart riding can be dangerous at times, so I would suggest you give that stuff a quick read. What you mean, a study? I've been here alone for, well, who knows how long. Years. I get to write these cards every day and I never get bored of it. Well, that's one way of coping with loneliness. Press A to get on. Lean your body with the Wiimote to balance the weight as the card. Approach a curve. If you're moving too fast, press B to slow down. Shake the Wiimote upward to jump over obstacles. Oh boy, this will be fun. It's just, I literally close myself behind walls. Am I supposed to lean into the turn or against it? And it's like I literally... I made it past that. And it's just like, okay, well, I can't do... I can't keep doing this anymore. I literally made excuses for myself as to why I can't do anything. I was literally just looking for excuses as to why I should do this or why I shouldn't do that. And it wasn't and yeah, they were you could say they're legitimate excuses, but it was also the people around me, the people around me literally, the people around me just allowed it. They accepted it as okay, well, people were just oh, well, yeah, sure. Okay, we understand. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, there's no one. I'm there's no one really around to just push me to do stuff that I should have done. To the construction bay. I just let that go because I just let it be because that's how things felt. It's just okay, well, maybe this is how my life is. A lot of it is definitely thanks to oh, thank God. I would show you what it looks like to fall off the roller coaster, but I don't want to fall off the roller coaster. I want to fall off the minecart. I hope I didn't take a wrong path. Oh God! Oh God! It's just well, I gotta... I almost fell out. I think this is pretty lenient. Oh. A lot of... And that was definitely, something I had to I had to come to a realization, okay, I can't just keep accepting that everyone's gonna be okay with whatever I do, or just that I'm not doing something I should be doing. That was one thing. It was and I'm sitting there okay, I have to try to get out. One thing I said to myself, I have to try and get out somewhere, someplace, at some point in time this year. Which is why I said, like, okay, I'm gonna go to a convention with a bunch of friends that I met online. Well, that I've got to know online over the years. Master, we have arrived at the shipyard construction bay. Place is gloomy, but I can see it. With the passing of many years, this structure has filled with sand. I recommend looking in the sand for a clue that may direct you to the location of the ship. It's like I honestly felt like I needed to surround myself with different people. And trust me, like, for me, like, going to a con, like, just going to, like, a bigger con than what I normally would go to. Because I went to, like, religious conventions multiple times, and those are all the same, and it just feels like it's a protective barrier. It just feels like it's just a protective barrier, and I'm like, I need to get out. I'm like, I need to get out further. Like, I don't know how, and I don't care. I just need to get out there. Because I feel like a lot of my life is just now it's like related to a commercial I saw like way back in like 2004, 2005 about Atlanta itself. Where I believe it was a movie where these guys are like trying to leave the city of Atlanta or whatever, and it's like, I think one of the quotes said, like, one of the quotes was like, look, like, once you get in there, like, you just can't never leave because everything just wants to keep you here. Like, everything around here just wants to keep you and just not really explore like what life has. No, put that away. So, yeah, that's one thing, and another thing, just, target knock water. Do you have any new data? Oh wow, you still have no new data, even though I killed one a long time ago. I blocked and I blocked wrong. Ooh, that was a smooth dog. Watch out. Is there something you can do with the scorpion's tail? Well, with that thing's tail? Oh, come on! I am blowing all of this dust away. It is just not counting. There. Well, I'm trying to finish my thought. Damn, I keep getting into these fights. Hey, well, like, just thinking about my depression for the main part, like just how my emotions work. Really? Just how my emotions work is just crazy. Cause I've generally started to notice, like, when I have like a really, like when I'm feeling like really good, and I don't mean like in a drug sense, but more like, I mean like, oh well, like I'm just feeling happy. And I'm feeling happy, I'm getting things done, I'm knocking them out like one by one. Master, it would appear that in many years this factory went unused. Monsters have moved in and built a nest. I now estimate that the chance of finding a clue in the sand here as to the ship's location is extremely low. It's like, once I have that, it's like once I have that high, it's just like the next thing that comes is just exactly like a roller coaster. It's like, okay, well I'm at my peak, and then I just drop straight down for no reason. Like I just drop straight down like gutter for no reason. And I'm like, oh wow. I'm just like, this sucks. I report, Master. I calculate a 0% chance that searching further in this location will lead to the appearance of the ship. Because of those substantially unfavorable odds, I suggest reporting to the ship's captain and leaving this island. Alright, fine. I'm gone. It's like, I'm just like, man. And then what makes it worse is that there's just times where I start making like drastic moves that are not healthy at all, or it's just like, okay, well I'm doing this to make myself feel better. Like I start blocking people, or I start unfollowing people, blocking people, unsubscribe, etc. And I say this now because I recently did that on Twitch for a lot of people, and like Twitch and Discord, and I'm like, this And it was like those people in this case weren't toxic at all. It's just dang. Oh, come on! No! We got him! Oh. So it's just like, and I'm like, oh man, like I just get like so pissed off, or well, I'm just like, it's such a depressed mode that I just start making these crazy, I just start taking these crazy actions for no reason, but to try and make myself feel better. I'm like, well, and I know the reason why I like unfollowed and like just got myself out of the Discord chat, because I was just like, well, I can't talk to these people because they clearly don't care about what I have to say about anything. Like I just sat there like just trying to logic myself as to be like, okay, like yeah, I should just get out of here. So my ship wasn't here. So then there's only one place for us to left to look for clues, remember? This could be scary, but we have to head to the stronghold of the pirates who stole my ship. So let's not waste any time, man. Anchors away, sir. It was just like, okay, like these people talk. No, hey, this is pretty scary. The pirate's captain is a mechanical maniac, sir. He's got no shortage of evil underlings too, sir. I never wanted to lay eyes on him again, sir, but if we want to take the ship back, then we have no choice. The pirate stronghold is here. Where this X is? What X? Ah. Tighten up whatever humans have instead of bolts. No, you don't want to tighten those up. And let's get going, fleet. That's a funny saying. I remember. I'll talk about that in a minute. People will just be like, I just be like, okay, well, I just need to go because these people are not. Like, these people aren't really gonna say anything to me. They're just gonna be like, oh, well. And there was like literal proof of that happening, where it's just like nobody cares. And nobody cares about what you think. They just want you. Like, you just need to be positive and agree with whatever the main friend says. You know, like pretty much like how typical like cliques go, like friendship cliques go. It's like how typical friendship cliques go. It's just like, oh well, you need to agree with this person, or it's like, or like you're not our friend. I marked it and I didn't even pay attention. Like you need to agree with this person, or you're not our friend, or we don't care what you have to say. And that was very true, for at least what I felt at that time. And I'm kind of like, I want to just go back there, but at that same time, I'm just like, no, I don't think anything will change. And it's very much that way with like my depression as well, because there's like, I mean, we're at that point where just people don't care. I was like, okay, yeah, everybody's depressed. Okay, get over it. That's pretty much like the general response to it. This is easily as scary as I thought it would be, but if you think about it, they should be all dead. The only reason I'm up and about like this is because that time shift stone on the boat. So I have nothing to worry about, sir. I feel better now, Brandon. And so it's time to go look for my ship, sir. I'll wait here, of course, but of course you will. It's like people don't care for your emotions. Like, I mean, it's like they expect you to essentially be. I was like, okay, well, you have to be in this mold, and if you're not in this mold, then what the heck are you doing? Like, what the heck are you doing here? Like, get out, or essentially just change the way, or just essentially just change your way you're thinking to theirs. Like it's not like it's not fun. Like when people's general response to like you being depressed is, okay, well get up, like you shouldn't be depressed, get over it. And that's essentially what I got quite a lot of in the recent years. It's just, oh yeah, they don't care. I was like, yeah, they don't care. Like, people don't care. Like, there's a lot more people that just don't care about how a person feels. Like, there's less empathy now, is what I should say, than there was, like, maybe, like, let's say, well, heck, even a year ago. So where the heck am I going?